Hey there, Grant, Elru Bike, and today we're diving into a comparison of two bikes that rightfully get a lot of attention, the Pivot Trail 429 and the Pivot Mach 4 SL. As some of you know, I bought the Trail 429 about 2 years ago in April of 2022, and I have absolutely loved it. It completely re-sparked my love affair with biking, has taken me on all kinds of adventures, including doing races for the first time in my whole life last year. And then about 6 months ago, Pivot was demoing their brand new Mach 4 SL. And well, as you can see, I loved it so much, I went out and bought the bike. A friend recently noticed that I still happen to have both bikes, and they asked me, which one of the two bikes do I enjoy riding the most? So to find out, I decided to ride the bikes back to back and try to answer the question, which of these bikes do I enjoy riding the most and why? The test loop is a fun mix of paved asphalt, dirt double track, single track, techie climbs, techie descents, fast flowy desert trail goodness, and everything in between. Let's get to it. Okay, so lap done. What did we end up doing? So we ended up doing 2 laps and about 27 miles on these guys, and almost immediately it became apparent what the difference between the two bikes were. The easiest analogy is if we compare them to cars. Trail 429 is more like my truck, this Toyota Tacoma, right? It's an off-road machine. It's kind of a light Baja truck. It does most things really, really well. Now compare that with this guy, the Pivot Mach 4. It is more, instead of like a desert runner truck, it's more like that Porsche they built to run that Dakar race, right? I mean, it's tight, it's low to the ground, it's fast, it's responsive, it's tight. Another analogy is, this is like a driver's car. You have to drive it. You have to stay on top of it. You have to continually pedal and engage with this particular bike to get the most out of it. The other bike, the Trail 429, is perfectly happy and content if you just dawdle along, pedal here and there sort of a thing. It's way more casual. It's way more relaxed. It's way more approachable. It's way more comfortable going over down technical rocks and that sort of a thing. You don't have to worry about it. If you get caught off guard, you could probably just roll right over the top of it. It's not as rewarding, it's not as responsive, the steering isn't as tight, although to be fair, it has a longer wheelbase, it is 5 pounds heavier. I continually noticed I had to get in to the bike to get it to pedal the way I wanted it to pedal and to respond to me. I felt like I had to work far harder with the 429 to get out of it that same level of ride that I'm used to. Again, I've been riding the Mach 4 for a couple of months now. So with the Mach 4, it is not really an easy-going bike per se. It's extremely rewarding. It has an extremely responsive pedaling platform. But it's just like that driver's car, right? That is kind of high-sprung. You have to shift a whole lot, sort of a thing. Maybe when you're going over potholes on the road, it kind of beats you up a tiny bit, right? Same with this bike. I'm not saying it's not as capable. You just have to engage with it. You have to drive it, and you have to continually drive it to get the most out of it. I notice I shift gears a whole lot more with the Mach 4 than I do with the Trail 429. I mean, it really requires you to put a lot into it, but it also gives a ton out. I mean, it goes like stink up technical stuff. It is super fast, it's super playful, but it's not relaxed. So that is the big difference between these two bikes. They're very similar on paper. I mean, you're gonna be Like, what's the difference between them? You've got an inch longer wheelbase on a size-to-size comparison. The top tube is a half an inch bigger. It weighs 5 pounds more. Lots of little things, right? I think they're for completely different use cases. Now, where we rode, there's not a whole lot of elevation gain. It's really short, punchy stuff. There's some flowy trail. There's some real technical bits. So maybe that's where this particular bike, the Pivot Mach 4 excels. It'll be interesting to see once I'm able to head back up north and the trails get snow covered, how I think about it when I'm climbing 3,000–4,000 feet at a time and then just bombing downhill. Didn't have that experience today. I enjoy the Mach 4 for my style and for what I'm into at the moment much more. It's much more rewarding for me. I think, I probably have said this 100 times, the Trail 429 is much more approachable. I think it's a better bike for most people. If you want to pedal, if you want to stay engaged and really work the bike, the Mach 4 is amazing. It's fast. I mean, I can lock that thing out and it's almost as efficient on the road as my road bikes are. So I do a lot of training on that bike. I don't know if any of that made sense. I hope it did. I think the truth is I need some jelly bellies. All right. I didn't think that one through, did I? Now I have to finish chewing, and you're going to watch me. At any rate, Grant, Elro Bike, bye.